Hello and welcome to Yarn ChickHen with Mrs. T and Friends, Vlogmas Day 19. And today's episode we will talk about Buttercup miniatures, my advent calendar with them and my progress, which I've got some, our Scottish word of the day, and Edinburgh. So today I actually have some progress. I've got some progress to show you on my mini jumper. I'm actually getting ready to start day 6. I finished day 5 and I've finished the candy cane. So I'll show you what it looks like.
Oh yes.
Is that focusing?
Very good, yes. Put it down a wee bit. Okay, up a wee bit. I'll put some pictures in, of course, but yeah, no, I can see that's a cane, yes, very good.
All right. So I'm quite pleased. I finished that and I'll be starting day 6. So that's day 5. Yes, the Advent, they have released day 19 today. Like I've said before, I thought, oh, I could do this and film a channel, and no, there's a lot more work to this filming stuff than you even can imagine. But that's okay, because I'm not really rushed to make it. I just make sure I copy and paste the pattern as it comes, like they recommended. And then come January 6th, if I happen to miss anything and it stops being the free pattern and turns into a paid pattern, I'll just buy it. So I'm not real stressed about it. And then we have, what do we have? We have the Scottish word of the day, and that's your cue to take it with all your Scottishness, Mr. T, and tell us what the Scottish word of the day is.
Right, the word of the day today is in keeping with our little themes that we've been having. Yesterday we had auld, which went with Auld Kirk. Well, auld also goes with Reekie, and we're going to talk about Reekie. So the word of the day today is, the Scottish word of the day today is, the Scottish word of the day today is Reekie. Now, Reekie actually means smoky. Now, Edinburgh, so they go back 300, 400 years ago, when it was the old town was full of tall tenements, people were burning coal and wood to keep them warm, etc., and cook, of course, and it was smoky, and that smoke would be trapped in the tenement, so it gave a smoky appearance to it, which hence the name Auld Reekie. And of course people also think it's smelly. It's because of the smell. Well, it happened to be smelly as well, but strictly speaking, Reekie is smoky. And of course we also love our smoked fish up here, especially around Arbroath, places like that. And it's called Reekie, smoked fish, Reekie. Aberdeenshire has surnames, a Reekie, as well. But there we go, that's Auld Reekie, and Reekie in particular being smoky, and Auld Reekie being Edinburgh, which we will talk about further over the weekend. Back to you, Mrs. T.
That was really good because, you know, a lot of people might think stinky, reeky, that reeks, that stinks, but it's really smoky. So,
strictly speaking, it's come from smoky, and of course smoky does smell as well, but it's smoky.
Smoky. So we have a lot to talk about Edinburgh, but we're going to keep this short. So what I will talk about is one of the first things we did when we got to Edinburgh was make our way down to gingertwiststudio, because
Second thing. First thing we did was have your favourite little McMuffin breakfast.
Oh yeah, we had a McDonald's breakfast.
I keep remembering that things only record. The only decent thing about that place is our McMuffin breakfast, isn't it? So yes, okay, there we go. Sorry. Back to you, Mrs. T.
So after our McDonald's breakfast, we took a bus across town to gingertwiststudio, and I'm pretty sure we were the first customers in the door because they didn't open till 11 o'clock, and we were sort of standing around waiting for them to open because we got there about, I don't know, 10 minutes to 11. As soon as that door was open, we counted to 10 and then in we went. And I was actually looking for a particular, I think it's Lane, but I'm not sure how to say the name of this magazine. But this is what I was after. Sorry. This is what I was actually after.
Lane. Very good.
And it was in, I didn't realize, because it's considered a magazine apparently, but I didn't realize it was going to be so well made, because the cover, you know, I thought it was going to be all, you know, I don't know how to explain it, but you know, paper. But
Flimsy.
this feels, yeah, this feels more like a book cover. So it looks like a book. It seems like a book.
And it costs way more than a book.
Reads like a book, and it costs a lot more than a book. But yeah, there's a few patterns in here that I really, really wanted. And if you think about it, there's 10 patterns in this book. So it's just over 2 pounds for each pattern in here. There's 22 pounds is what it was. So that's what I went in there for, and they helped me find it, and I had it, and I carried it around with me the whole time we were looking around. But Mr. T got quite a bit of footage, so he'll be showing you that footage right now. So I hope you enjoyed your small tour around Ginger Twist Studio. Tomorrow we will come back. Yes, Mr. T?
We did see them at the Perth Wool Festival, or Perth Yarn Festival, but they were busy, so we had no time to speak to them, did we?
Yes. And we were also busy too, though, because we were headed around to all the booths and stuff. Really, what we didn't have time was to circuit back, because I had enough sensory overload. It's too much for me. So we figured, well, they're in Edinburgh. We can go down there whenever we want to make a day trip to Edinburgh. We'll just go down. And that's what we ended up doing. Took me a few months, but...
She was a very pleasant lady, pleasant staff, and...
Very helpful. They were
helpful.
very, very helpful. I mean, out of their way helpful, because they had to actually go down. They had to actually go down into the basement to get this out. So, but I do think that's where they do their orders for their online store. But yeah, so that's where they had this. So I was quite pleased about that, because I knew they had some, because the website said they had some. There's some of the other places that sell them, they don't have them, but they had these. So I was quite pleased about that. Very helpful. It's a very colorful shop. It's the kind of place everybody wants to work in. It was beautiful, all that wool. And they do a lot of sample knitting. So some of the patterns from this book, they actually did a sample knit from and had it hanging up in Ginger Twist yarn. So they have their own yarn. They carry other makers' yarns. And they also have sewing. I didn't realize they had fabric and sewing notions. They had, was it Gutermann?
Gutermann,
Is that how you say it? Gutermann cotton thread. And they have a very, reasonable prices. A lot of people, you go into a lot of these little shops and you look at the prices, you're like, whoa. But they've got very reasonable, actually quite competitive prices, I think. So, that was a surprise to me. I didn't realize that they had sewing notions and that sort of thing in there. So that was actually a pleasant surprise. I think you got footage of that, right, Mr. T?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes,
good,
I did.
So it was, all in all, it was very pleasant. I mean, I was only after the book, but it was still great to go in there and take a look. And everywhere I looked, I saw something else. And then I'd look and then I'd see something else. So it is a kind of store that, because they're limited on space, they've got little nooks and crannies. Everything's filled with stuff. And it's just an amazing little shop. It's something you have to really go into. You have to go. Even if you don't buy anything, it is a good place to go in and take a look, because they've got wonderful things. And they're so nice. Both the ladies, they were so nice and very, very helpful.
They give you a lot of ideas for things?
Yes.
Okay, so I shall drop their details or their deets down in the description.
So then from Ginger Twist Studio, we hopped on a bus and we went all the way across town so that we could get some canal footage. We're not going to show that now, but we will show it Saturday and Sunday, because there's quite a lot of footage that was taken. And we did do the big wheel that Mr. T was on and on and on about yesterday. And, well, what do you think about the big wheel, Mr. T?
That's for another video.
If you want to hear more about our trip to Edinburgh, stay tuned for Saturday and Sunday, and we'll let you know all the other things we did. Thank you for watching, and thanks to all of the people that have subscribed, and all the new people that have subscribed, and all the future people that'll be subscribing. And also thank you for watching if you've watched all the way to this point. It's very much appreciated. And if you can like, comment, share, and subscribe, that would be very much appreciated. Thank you very much for watching, and we will see you tomorrow. Bye.
Bye.